Hi everyone, Leah Thomas here from Gutsy Change Education and Coaching, coming to you tonight with the second step in the 4R process. So the second R that we're going to be talking about tonight is reframing. I can't believe I had to think about that one then. And I want to ask you a question. Hi Dom, hi Rochelle, good to see you. I want to ask you a question. I remember I was telling you the story the other night about the 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 man that got really jealous and drove mad ways around communities and ended up bashing his wife, stabbing her, um, trashing the house, domestic violence. Okay, and how and how he was why he was feeling that was coming from the three fears. Okay, so the fear of not being loved, fear of not being good enough, fear of not belonging. Hey Rose. So when he was feeling all those fears, uh, that gives us an understanding. Well, I'm going to ask you a question. I am going to ask you this question tonight. We're up to reframe. I'm wondering if you think that, and I want you to ask this after you've heard the whole video, if you think that having a clear structure to follow for managing your emotions, your negative emotions, if that man was to have that clear structure for managing his emotions, and he'd been taught that early on in school and also in programs in community, if he still would have behaved in that serious manner, do you think having a clear structure and the 4R process, hey Stephen, it would help reduce family violence, especially in communities out bush? So let me know what you think at the end of this tonight. It would be really great if you can comment and tell me what you think, whether you think this would help. Okay, so the second one is reframing. Okay, so it's a matter of turning around what we're thinking. So we're thinking a thought which comes from one of the three fears, and it's a negative thought, which then leads to a negative emotion, which then leads to negative behavior. So if we're able to reframe this negative thought into a positive, the alternatives to the three fears, then things change. So like Wayne Dyer says, he says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, so if we reframe that fear instead of I'm unlovable to I am loved, and that so if this guy that was driving around mad ways around communities, really jealous, if he was able to have managed his emotions and reframed that from not feeling loved to reminding himself that he is loved by other people, whether it's that woman or not, he is loved, he is worthy, he does get his worth from other places, not just his partner, and he does belong, okay? He does belong to a family outside of his partner. If he was able to have all of that reminded to him, or if he was able to take himself through that process, whether things would have changed a little bit for him. So I'd like to know what you think. So comment below and let me know what you think. So this is only the second step. Okay, so another example of this is I had a friend of mine comment on her Facebook page this week, and I really thank her for making this comment because it changed my day. So she made the comment of how unmotivating it was on a Monday because it was cold and wet and windy outside, and it was a Monday and she had to go to work, and and all of that. And I was like, I've been, went to type, I'm feeling the same. And I was feeling the same. And then it made me think, so having that outside person come in and comment and say that, it made me think about it. And I was like, hang on a second, what am I focused on here? I'm focused on the negatives. I'm focused on it's cold, it's wet, it's raining, it's Monday, and I have to go to work. What are all the other things that are happening during the day that I could focus on? How would I like to feel instead? Because if I was to stay in that thought process for that day, oh, it's cold, it's unmotivating, it's wet, I have to work, and stay in that mindset, how much productivity would I get done for the day? How good would I feel for the rest of the day if I stayed in that mindset and stayed with that tunnel vision? How would that then affect all the people around me as well? So not only, I've got to go to work, so not only my work colleagues around me, but then anybody else that I spoke to for that day. So it has the ripple effect. What we feel and think and everything has the ripple effect for the people around us as well. So just wanted to go through that really, really quickly with you. I'd love to know what you think. We're only up to step 2 of this process, so I want to know from you, if you had a clear structure, a 4-step process for how you could manage your emotions and change the way you feel for the day, would you like that? Do you think it would make a difference to domestic violence in families if people were able to manage their emotions more effectively? So comment below, let me know what you think. We're only up to step 2 of the 4R process. Tomorrow I'll do the third R, okay, which is release. And then on Monday night I'll do the 4th one, which is retrain. So thank you all for listening, and I really appreciate you being here and watching, and look forward to your comments about what you think so far already. And in the meantime, till tomorrow night, keep being gutsy, everyone. Okay, bye.